Okay, campers, yes, everyone file in. Just kind of stand in the center. I have bunks assigned so that nobody fights over who's where. I don't think we have any friend pairings in this cabin, so you should all be new to each other. And have any of you been here before? Okay, so we have all new campers. Perfect. All right. So my name is Miss Alyssa. You can refer to me as that. Most of the other counselors do go by their name, just so you're aware. Their names should be on the back of their shirts as well. Most days, we're not always wearing the shirts that say that, but most days if you have a question. Otherwise, just tap them on the shoulder. So I just want to make sure I have all of the correct campers in this cabin. So let's go through the list here. We've got Riley. Okay, great. Nice to meet you. Kai. Good. Hi. There should be 8 of you. This is my largest group. Okay, Jordan. Alex. Charlie. Okay. Finley. Hello. Skylar. Okay. And you were a last minute addition. What was your name? Okay. Alright. Yeah, we had to move some people around. No problem there. So I've got all 8 of you in the cabin. Let's see, I'll go ahead and assign the bunks now so that we can move on to some of the other not so fun stuff. And you can start unpacking while I kind of go over some things. But I do need you to pay attention to everything I'm saying because it's going to be important so the week goes by quite smoothly, okay? Alright. So let's just go down the list. Riley, I'm going to have you on the bunk over there. I can see that some of you are okay with top bunks and others of you would rather stay on the bottom. We should have no problem then. Riley, you are okay with the top bunk? Okay, you can go on the top over there. So you'll be top, front, right. No, top, front, left. Top, front, left. Okay. Trying to think, depending on where you're facing from. So then we've got Kai. You can be in the bottom. I should probably not do sides because it is confusing. I should do like I don't know, quadrants. I don't know. Okay, that'll be quadrant 1. Q1. And then let's see, we'll do Jordan on the bottom on that side. So, oh, bottom. See, I'm already all confused, everyone. Don't worry though, that'll pass. Alright, so we have front. There we go. So you'll be on quadrant 2, front, bottom. And Alex, you're okay with being on the top? Okay. Q2, front, top. And we're also going to make little signs for our bunks so you can kind of decorate them and put some of your favorite things on them. But I do need your name on there so that way if another counselor comes in here and you're all kind of in here, they can see the names of the people in here. Okay. All right. Charlie, yes, you're going to be on the bunk over here. And let's see. Who else did I have that needed to be on the bottom? Okay, Finley needs to be on the bottom. So Charlie, are you okay with being on the top? Okay. So that'll be quadrant 3. Back. Top. Finley, I'll have you quadrant 4. Bottom. Okay. Let's see. Skylar needs a top bunk. Okay, so quadrant 4, Skylar, top. This is back. Back. Alright, and let's see. So you needed a bottom. That's what I heard anyway. I don't have all the paperwork on you yet, so. Okay, so yeah, you can go over there. And that'll be quadrant 3, bottom, back side of the cabin. Okay. Perfect. Now we're all worked out there. See, that's not the most fun thing, but I hope these assignments are all okay for you all. If any issues do arise, please let me know and we will move people around accordingly. But hopefully we don't have any problems because we're here to have fun and we shouldn't spend too much time in the cabins. They're really just for sleeping and like middle of the day reset. Sometimes we, after the larger activities, we'll let you rest in here too for like 30 minutes. So not too much time spent in here. Alright, let me get the papers out. So we went over a lot of the more not so fun stuff out kind of in the big open area around the flag. That is where we'll be meeting when you hear the horn in the morning calling everyone out. Just kind of the general populated area for when we have announcements and things like that, okay? Let me actually go over this. So, what do we need? I need to go over the camp activities with you all. Swimming information. Some anti-bullying stuff. Let's go over the checklist of everything you brought, okay? So I do need to make sure that everybody has a sleeping bag and a twin sheet. Did everybody bring those? Okay, great. If you don't have them, or if you didn't bring an extra, which is totally fine because we wanted you all to pack light, we do have extra sheets that can be borrowed. They just have to be returned, and they clearly have written on them that they belong to the camp, okay? So you all have a pillow, I can see. Alright, same deal. If something happens, we need to borrow one, we can. If they get wet for any reason, we've had people pull pranks in the past. If they get wet for any reason, they will need to be hung up on the clothespins outside to air dry. You all have at least one set of pajamas? Okay, good. Tennis shoes that can get dirty. I assume most of you are wearing those already. Sandals with a back strap. Okay, it's more for like in here and in the showers. Shoes that can get wet or water shoes for swimming, boating activities. Okay. Everyone brought 2 to 4 pairs of shorts and 1 to 2 pairs of long pants. Okay, we do have extra camp shorts should that be needed again. We don't have extra long pants just because that's just we don't at the moment. Did you bring a long sleeve shirt or 2? Okay. 3 to 5 t-shirts. Alright, again, should anything happen to the shirts, we do have ones that say the camp logo on them. Underwear, socks. Wanted you to have at least 5 of those. Sweatshirt. Swimsuit. Okay, one of those is fine. We will be, again, hanging them up on the clothespins outside to air dry. Rain jacket or poncho. We do have extra ponchos should that be needed. Okay. 2 towels. If anyone's forgotten a towel, it's totally fine. I do have some extras here, and there may be some more in the main cabin too, so we've got some fun random patterned ones there. And everybody has a hat. I see some of you have those on too. Okay. Personal toiletries, that includes like deodorant, pads, hairbrush, any hair ties, things that you use for hygiene purposes. Little shampoos, yes, yep, all those sorts of things. Okay. Flashlight. Okay, I do have one extra one should we need that. Water bottle. Did you all bring a water bottle at least this big? Okay. Yeah, 32 ounces is kind of what we require because we do have to go fill these up at the water station. So we will have to make a couple trips during the day to refill them. You do need to go with a counselor, preferably. There have been cases where we send you with a buddy. Speaking of buddies, I will be pairing you up with someone from our cabin, so that way, you know, when we're on hikes and stuff, I want everybody to stay in the pairs. If we should get separated, at least you have another person with you. I have not personally experienced losing any of the campers on the hikes or anything, but that is just how the camp runs, and we require that everybody's got a buddy, okay? So, water bottle. If you need one, if you didn't bring one, we do have some that are not as large, but we can handle that. So, yeah, and no one is allowed to use the bathroom or the water station alone. Just to reiterate that you do need to go with preferably a counselor to do that. Okay, there may be exceptions, but it's rare where you get to go with just a buddy. Alright. And over that, insect repellent and sunscreen. I personally don't have any extra insect repellent in the cabin. I'm sure that the main office has some. We also have little extra sprays for sunscreen. This is SPF 30. I'm not sure if your parents had preferences for what you should be using, but we've got this little bit of extra something there. And then should anybody get sunburnt, we do have these little aloes. And depending on how bad the burn is, these can go a long way, especially for the face. You don't need to use a ton. The shoulders, typical areas, but if it's like a horrible all over burn, then we're gonna need more of that. Which hopefully is not the case. I will be making sure that everybody does put sunscreen on before we leave, because I don't want anybody to be hurt. Not by the sun. You were able to bring cameras. They did have to be disposable though. Okay. Alright, so make sure your name is on that. If you need a marker, we can get markers. Everybody was supposed to bring a personal hand sanitizer, like the Bath & Body Works sized ones are totally fine. If you have the attachment on it that helps you keep it like on your hip or so, that's great too. Of course, we will be going out into the woods, playing in dirt, playing in the sand, doing different activities, and it's just nice to have that if you need it. Did everyone bring a journal and a pen? Okay. Yeah, those are for writing home to your family. If you didn't bring a journal and a pen, of course we have extra pens. And I do have sheets of paper in here should we, you know, need them for things, so. Okay. Paper envelopes, stamps for letters. Again, we have those materials, but it was, you know, on there for if you were interested in bringing it. Books and small games. Did anybody bring anything like that? Okay. Okay, yeah, Skippo is fun. Yeah. Great. That'll be fun. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that. That can be played in the cabin when, you know, like right before we go to sleep, or any of the like 30-minute breaks we have in between things, okay? So that'll be kept here so nobody else, like if it leaves here, it won't get mixed up with stuff or anything like that, okay? All right. Next, let's go on to the activities that everybody can do. So when we're done in here, we will be going to, again, the general populated area out by the flag, and we can sign up for different activities. So you will be doing specific activities with me, and then there will be opportunities to sign up for things at the more free times we have during the day, and that'll get you intermingling with the different camp groups, the different cabins of people, so that way you can kind of build bonds with the people in your cabin, but also get to know other people outside of our cabin, okay? So let's see. So some of the activities that we have, and this is not all of them because we do have, like, for arts and crafts, they're more specific, where like one day you'll be doing things with beads, that may be the iron beads or the pony beads, making bracelets, things like that along those lines. So we have target sports, climbing, sports and games, which is kind of just whatever on the field that we have, swimming, there's aqua jump, boating, arts and crafts, nature, shelter building, swamp stomp, let's see, nature hike, that'll be done with me, 9 square, the talent show, campfires, which that'll be at the end of every day, we'll do those. basketball is something you can sign up to do. Team building, those will be exercises that we do as a cabin. Cabin activities, it's kind of listed there. Camping, which even though we are camping, we do have the opportunity to, if we would like to, it's kind of like our group decision. There is a spot that we sign up for to go to, and we'll do camping activities as if we were, you know, not in an organized group, but just going camping, learning how to set up fires, pitching tents, fishing for food, and the activities with, like, camping not in a cabin. So I've not done too much of that myself, so that's why I'm not exactly sure what it all entails, but there's kind of a guideline thing for us to follow, and we'll have somebody who better knows what they're doing kind of organizing us for that. Outdoor cooking, all camp games, that'll be something on the last day as well. The talent show will be the day before the last day. Skits, which is, you know, a little theater kind of group you can sign up for to do by the end of the week. Small group games, and then there's large group games. So those are kind of like, you sign up for the small group games, but the large group games are like, we'll pick 3 cabins to be together, and then the other 3 will be together. There's the 6 of us. We'll pick 2 other ones to be with ours, and then the other 3 will be against us. And then we kind of compete, if that makes sense. And it's nothing like outrageous. It shouldn't be like, I don't know, crazy games. It's like tug of war and potato sack races, you know, the usual like field day stuff. So, does anyone have any questions about those activities? Okay. Yeah, team building will be us, and we will, you know, you've heard of trust falls and things like that. It's kind of just getting our cabin to feel more like a little family, doing activities like that, getting to know each other better through like 2 truths and a lie, just a bunch of different things. Okay. All right. So we will be doing quite a bit of swimming. That is, let's see, we go Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Other cabins go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So there will be our group, and again 2 other groups going on the same day, and then the ones that go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday go, the 3 go together. So again, another way to kind of intermingle with everyone at the camp. I just kind of need to go over some basic things as well. I just have to preface this. I don't believe any of you would purposely go out of your way to be mean to another camper, but there's a no tolerance for bullying here. We like everyone to feel comfortable. No comments about, let's see, where's the list? Okay, it says we expect that all members of the camp community will behave maturely, responsibly, inclusively, and respect the rights and dignity of others. All actions at camp should reflect our values, caring, honesty, equity, respect, and responsibility. For everyone to have a positive experience at camp, you agree that you will not engage in the following behavior while at camp: use of abusive, discriminatory, or vulgar language, name-calling, or shouting at others in anger. Again, there may be disagreements, there may be spats. That is something you need to come to a counselor with if there's a problem and we can handle it. There are ways of taking care of things without jumping to those actions. Physical contact with another person in any angry or threatening way is not allowed. No sexual innuendos or sexual behavior that intimidates or offends others. Exclusivity towards others. Harassment or intimidation by words, gestures, body language, or any other menacing behavior. Theft or behavior which results in destruction of property or the natural environment. We need to be kind to the environment and kind to each other. Do not damage somebody else's property. If it is an accident, we get it. Like if something happens to a Skip-O card, for example. Accidents happen. We will have to replace the person's property, though. Okay, that will be a conversation we have with a parent. Carrying or concealing or using devices or objects as weapons. No, no, no. Using or possessing illegal chemicals, substances. At all, don't do that. Engaging in intentionally risky behavior that endangers the well-being of self or others is not allowed. So, if there's a bullying issue, the first offense is to sit out of an activity. Second offense is to sit down and watch a video about anti-bullying and, again, missing an activity. And third is calling the parents and having you taken home. Okay, so that is how that works. Here, doing a lot of looking down, I'm very sorry. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the information to you. Does anyone have any questions of anything else? Yeah, is this your first time away from your parents? Yeah, for like an extended period of time? Okay. Yeah, so we do have a couple of different fidget toys, night lights, things like that, should you feel nervous or need some sort of comfort. I hope you brought like a blanket and your favorite pillow and things like that to comfort you as well. If there is like after the first day or two, if there's a continuous problem, then we will let you call home. But we really want you to kind of like immerse yourself in the experience, and I do understand being nervous and being away from the people you love, so it's totally understandable, and we want you to be as comfortable as possible. You do get to write letters home, and by I believe Thursday we allow everyone to make a call home, so you do have that to look forward to. I would say make sure. It sounds like it might rain. I would say make sure to take lots of pictures and everything, so that way when you write home you have pictures to send, and your family will write you letters as well, and then we'll let you read them throughout the week. Like I said, if anybody needs a fidget, we can pick those from the bin. but hopefully there's not too much of an issue. But you can always come to me. I will be nearby. There's a little section attached to the cabin that I sleep in, so I'm not with you all in the cabin, but I am like right next door. So that kind of comes in where, you know, if you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you just knock on the door and then I can come take you to the bathroom, so that way nobody's out in the darkness alone. Nobody is allowed to leave the cabin at night by themselves, okay? That is strictly prohibited for safety reasons. For any reason, if you need to go somewhere that is not following our schedule, you need to let me know, and if I can't take you, we will have one of the junior counselors come and help you, okay? Take you to where you need to be. There will be a lesson on fire safety tonight at tonight's campfire. Just so everyone knows, you know, we shouldn't have matches. Nobody should have brought matches. We have flashlights, so we don't need like the lanterns. But when it comes to like the safety around the fire, and then when you're learning how to start fires for if you do the camping activity, or if you're helping out one night setting up or taking down the campfire. Okay, so that's the general information there. So what time is it now? It's going on noon. At about 1, we'll be going and doing our activity as a cabin together. We will be doing an art and craft type thing, and like I said, we will be doing our names above the bed as well, but we'll be doing something different when we head out, because we'll be in the cafeteria for this activity. I'm not sure if they were going to have us make like cabin bracelets, so we all kind of pick the colors of what we want our cabin to be represented as, because when we do like the games and stuff, we'll have different, like we'll be color coded, I guess. So you guys get to pick the color, and then we can all make like bracelets for our cabin. And that again is a team building activity. It's kind of everybody making a decision and working together. Okay, so I have different papers here. If anyone wants a specific color, if you don't care, that's fine too. I just will say let's not use the black piece of paper because I don't have any silver markers to show up on it. I'm trying to see if there's any other darker ones. I think the purple's kind of light, so purple should be fine. Does anyone have a preference? It's all the colors on the front here. Okay, you want yellow? There you go. And remember to write your name big enough on it, because we will be sticking it right above your bed, okay? And then everyone in here can also remember your name. I'm thinking the blue is actually kind of dark too, so let's not use blue. Does anyone want green? Okay. Purple? Okay. There you go. Orange is nice and bright. Does anyone want orange? Here you go. Let's see. There's pink and red. Do you all want different colors? I mean, we can only do so many before we start repeating. You want pink? There you go. You want red? Okay. And then, let's see. You want yellow too? Okay. What color do you want? Orange. Yeah, I like these brighter ones on this construction paper. They'll stand out really nice. Okay, so the bucket of markers is right there on the center table. There's also a little bit of glitter glue. Please be careful with that. You should just be able to, like, if you're going to trace your name with it, use the tube and do that. We don't need to make like puddles of it on the paper, okay? Just trace lines with it. And then there may even be some stickers in the marker bin. All right. Let me think if there's anything else. Anything else I need to tell you? Did everyone start unpacking their stuff? All right, great. So we'll be doing different activities throughout. Like I said, a lot of the ones we'll be doing as a group will be the swimming, and then we will be practicing for, what was it? Did anybody want to do the talent show? Okay. All right. Yep. If you do want to do something together, that's fine as well. And then the hikes we'll be doing together. I already kind of went over that. The small group games will be things like, some of them will be like playing horse on the basketball court, or doing, what are the other ones? Yes, that too. And I'm quite an artsy person, so I do like the crafts. A lot of the time we can do stuff like that. If you are interested in doing that, I won't go overboard if everybody is not a craft enjoyer, but we can do things with magazines, making mosaics, we can do mood boards, we can do collages of our favorite color with different things from magazines and just papers we find, even leaves. Oh, and speaking of which, we do need to be kind to the environment. I know I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but we need to be conscious of things. If you have anything in a wrapper, please make sure that it gets in the appropriate trash can. We don't want to harm the planet any more than it is already harmed, but we do want to keep the environment in which we are doing activities in safe and healthy, clean for everyone to enjoy. And I do have to mention, nearly forgot this as well, we have to be respectful for all the camp equipment, and we have to be mindful of if there are things like axes for the wood. Some of you can participate in the wood cutting. We just can't be swinging the axes around. We have to use them as they're intended to be used and then replace them where they go. So axes, any fire starters, any equipment that the camp owns needs to be respected and then returned to where it belongs. And that should also be monitored by a camp counselor or one of the higher-ups running the camp, okay? So just be respectful to everything, especially the things that are not yours. Things do cost money, and they will have to be replaced should anything be damaged, whether that be owned by the camp or owned by another camper. So I'm going to let you all work on your papers. I will be in here kind of organizing things and working over our schedule. If you have questions, please let me know. And then we'll be heading out at 1, like I said, to go do our first activity. So something else came to my mind and then it left. Yes, sweetie. Okay, yeah. When we go to get our water, we can pick you out a fidget, okay? Alright, yeah, I want you to be comfortable while you're here and enjoy your time, okay? Okay. Yes, if you're ever worried or so, you can sit with me. Alright, yeah, just finish working on your little name. It's not really a name tag, name poster. And then we'll hang it up. And then, yeah, I think we'll stop to do our first water fill up before we head to the activity. Yeah, I think that'll be a good idea. Make sure we have water. If anybody does need first aid for any reason, if you have medications, if you get injured, that will be a buddy situation where either a junior counselor or me or your assigned buddy will help take you to the main office to go to the nurse, okay? Did anybody have any allergies or specific needs for medication? Okay. Alright, now you don't have to disclose it to us if you don't want to, I just need to know. And so it is in the paperwork, so I'll work that into the schedule to make sure that you go on time every time. I think that is all for now. We will do swimming activities probably, I'm gonna say early morning. No, not early morning. Probably before lunch tomorrow. Yeah, because I don't want it to be like super hot by the time we go, but I also don't want you swimming right after you eat. And yeah, we'll get all that organized then. And we may have to do the camp lice checks tomorrow as well, even though we ask a lot of your parents to make sure that's done beforehand. There's always somebody who slips through the cracks, so we want to check before it's too late and then we have a whole problem, okay? So that'll be done most likely tomorrow because we're already halfway through today. Yeah, I'll check in with that to be sure. And yeah, I look forward to having you all in my cabin this year. We can also come up with a name when we go to make those cabin bracelets. So if you want to name the cabin, please give me some suggestions and I'll put them on the paper and then we can talk about that later as well, okay? Alright, and again, if anybody has questions, I am Miss Alyssa. And yeah, I'm just really excited to do camp with you this summer. Enjoy your activities. I'll be over here.